Warm greetings and welcome, dear audience. This is Dr. Estamala, your firstly and successful global educator, SDG, ESG, STEM, and technology enthusiast from Malaysia. Dear respected precious audience, esteemed academician, our dedicated project team of Elegant Empire Education welcomes you to the uh, professional masterclass with another awesome and cheerful personality, Professor Dr. Tudi, uh, Ida Gauran Tudi from City College of Davao, Philippines. She is lecturing English language. Dr. Ida is a distinguished educator, researcher, and academic leader with extensive experience in higher education. She holds a doctorate of philosophy in education, majoring in applied linguistics from University of the Immaculate Conception, where she graduated cum laude. She also earned a master in management, majoring in human resource management from Liceo di Chagayan University. Currently, she serves as program head of Bachelor of Technical Vocational Teacher Education at City College of Davao, where she actively contributes to advancing technical vocational education. She has also held leadership roles in advancing a leadership role, a graduate education roles in graduate education, serving as program coordinator for the Masters of Arts in Education at Cor Jesu College. A prolific researcher, Dr. Tudi has published numerous peer-reviewed and Scopus indexed journal articles covering topics on education, linguistic, and social science. She has been recognized for her contribution to research and education, receiving the Research Leadership Award from the Global Leaders and Educators Award and the Exemplary Expert and STG Enthusiast Award from Elegant Empire Education Malaysia. Beyond her research contributions, she is an esteemed speaker, panelist, and evaluator at the national and international conferences. She has shared her expertise across the various academic platforms, delivering keynote speeches and serving as a technical session chair in research forum worldwide. With her unwavering commitments to academic excellence, research, and education, Dr. Ida Gauran Tudi continues to inspire uh, and mentor scholars, educators, and students in their pursuit of knowledge and innovation. Join our exclusive masterclass today on STEAM, featuring the latest technology management skills designed for university students, college learners, and working professionals. Led by distinguished academicians and industry experts, this program explores cutting edge innovation in management, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, gaining insights into technology, engineering, into AI, robotics, data science, IoT, and more, while understanding their real world applications. This masterclass aims to enhance knowledge, foster innovation, and create awareness of rapidly evolving technological landscape. Stay ahead in your field by equipping yourself with essential skills and future ready expertise. Empower your learning, elevate your career. Welcome, dear Professor Dr. Ida Gauran Tudi. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
It's a privilege to join you again in this professional
Yes,
masterclass. So,
yes, I'm
greetings.
so glad to have you because you are our a great supporter, one of our wonderful panelists, trainer on our platform. And I know I thank you for being here today in spite of your busy schedule. We are all very busy people, but we have the heart to serve the global people, the global audience, with whatever we have learned. Okay, that's the best part of us. So thank you for your precious time. Thank you for your effort for being here. I know being in Philippines, it's not easy to rush back after work and, have a fast dinner and join us. Okay, so without wasting much time, I would like to invite you to start your presentation for masterclass. Your topic today um, will be on the building holistic uh, growth for future success. Yeah, I repeat, building holistic growth for future success. Dear audience, let's enjoy this meal today from her. Thank you. Meal for our thought.
Thank you
Shall I?
so much.
Shall I add the slide?
So, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
so we now have our presentation.
Oh, your presentation. Oh, yeah, it's here. Okay. Okay. You can start.
All right. Thank you so much. Greetings once again. In this discussion, we'll be exploring an essential aspect of tertiary education that often shapes both personal and professional success, that is, personal development. Again, this is Dr. Ida Turi from the Philippines, and I am delighted to share insights into how we can nurture holistic growth among students in higher education. Next slide, please.
You can just
I think we
click
have,
on the slide. You see at the bottom,
okay,
in the middle, bottom, you can see the arrow. Next slide.
yeah.
Yeah, you can move
Okay,
that.
so, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
In tertiary education, personality development refers to the process of enhancing one's personal, social, and professional attributes. It's not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about nurturing emotional intelligence, social skills, and professional demeanor. According to Smith and Jones 2022, students who actively engage in personality development tend to perform better academically, and they are more adaptable in professional settings. So we are actually preparing students in higher education ready for their future careers or profession. Thus, PD or personality development should be highlighted. Now let's delve deeper into reasons why personality development matters. Personality development is crucial because it equips students with the skills needed for success beyond classroom. It helps in building effective communication, leadership, confidence. Moreover, Brown and Lee 2023 argue that students who focus on their personal growth become more resilient and adaptable in various professional environments. Now, let's have the key components of personality development. There are actually four, as presented by Green 2021. We have self awareness, interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, and adaptability and problem solving. Developing one's personality involves, particularly for one, self awareness. This forms the foundation, helping individuals understand their strength and their weaknesses. Now, students should be aware of their weaknesses, and educators should be instrumental in increasing self awareness among them. Help them develop skills and strategies to overcome these weaknesses. and eventually turn these weaknesses into strength. While also emotional intelligence aids in managing relationship. And we also have these interpersonal skills. These are also considered very much essential in collaboration. So we can give in the classroom, we can give activities that can promote the value of collaboration among learners. We can give peer work, we have group work that entails them to socialize with their peers or their classmates. Now, having good rapport around people is likewise an essential value that students can have. Lastly, adaptability and problem solving enable students to navigate complex situations effectively. All of these can be applied by them personally, socially, and professionally in the succeeding years. Now we have here challenges in personality development. Now, considering it's important, there are really challenges in developing a personality. It often calls for them, since many students lack proper guidance and they are unaware of growth opportunities. So there also we have concern about other cultural and social factors. This may also inhibit self-expression. Moreover, fear of failure and low self-esteem can hinder personal growth. Now, educators should be there to provide guidance, to heighten students' awareness of various opportunities that await them. Now, indeed, I would say, talking about the second item here, cultural and social influences, that there are really students who belong to, particularly for students who belong to a minority group, they feel inferior than others. So, what are we going to do as educators? We can give them opportunities to show what they can show to others so that they can also develop and boost their self confidence. So, for those who have low self esteem, they can help them also develop their confidence. Now, there are various ways to overcome challenges, no, as suggested by Rivera 2024. To overcome these challenges, fostering a growth mindset is crucial. Encouraging peer support helps students feel valued and understood. Additionally, creating inclusive and safe spaces for self expression can motivate students to actively work on their personal development. There are also various strategies for students as suggested by Adams 2020. Students can actually enhance their personalities by actively engaging in self reflection. For example, they can be involved in doing activities such as journaling. We have goal setting. They can give them, or educators can give them activities in a form of essay question. Now, what do students want? So, how do they envision themselves 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and what are the ways forward? So, activities like this can help them reflect, no, on who they are, what they can do, what are their potentials, what can they do to attain what they want to be in the future. So they can have this goal setting activity. We can also have peer feedbacking. So there are a lot of activities that will encourage a self-reflection among them. And this strategy should not be neglected by educators. We also have participating in extracurricular activities and seeking mentorship and guidance program. Students can be involved in various academic clubs, now depending on their interest, depending on their likes. So there are students that they excel in certain field and those that they also tend to perform poorly. But when there are various extracurricular activities that they can choose from, so they can choose those that they love doing and those that they also excel, so that that will also improve their self-confidence. And we also have here seeking mentorship and guidance, more so with various groups. And there are a lot of programs or activities given by higher institution. They can enroll or involve themselves in certain programs that can help them develop their personalities. Now, additionally, they can also enjoy having groups or enjoying in cheer squad, or they can be involved in group where they love music and using different instruments. So they have valid areas wherein they can be involved with. Additionally, practicing effective communication, both verbal and nonverbal, is vital for personal and professional growth. Adams 2020 highlights that these strategies not only improve social skills, but also build a stronger professional persona. Now let's take a look at the role of extracurricular activities. They are considered significant considering that they contribute to personality development, whether it's joining a debate, a club, or participating in sports. Students develop leadership, teamwork, and communication skills. Nelson 2022 emphasizes that such activities provide practical problem solving experiences essential for personal and professional growth. Now, let's look into the soft skills for personality development. This was presented by Thompson and Hall 2023. Soft skills are backbones of personality development. Mastering communication, practicing active listening, demonstrating empathy. They are key to building strong interpersonal relationship, meaning knowledge and competency of students are not enough. They have to learn how to deal with people around them, listen, socialize with them, because if they are going to be in the workplace, they have to deal with various personalities. So even they are in the school, they are already practicing dealing with various personalities. So additionally, critical thinking and adaptability help students navigate both academic and real world challenges. Now, what are the roles of educators in personality development? Here we have they have a pivotal role in students' personality development. First, by offering constructive feedback. So we can actually give them feedback to help students improve their performance. We can actually employ the sandwich technique in giving feedback, meaning we can start with positive things that you appreciate among students. Then you can give comments, areas for improvement, and then you can end it with positive. So we have the sandwich technique. Now, having the right approach for feedbacking is indeed very helpful to students. So that is something constructive. You give feedback not to put the student down, but to help them improve a performance. And promoting critical thinking. They help students build self confidence. Moreover, creating a supportive environment encourages students to take risks and grow both personally and academically. Now let's look into the real life success stories. One student once said he was actually shy and reserved type. He transformed into a confident leader through active involvement in student organization. These are actually testimonies of students that if there are involvement in certain activities, there are changes to students. And these changes are, of course, positive one. Another overcame social anxiety by practicing public speaking and engaging in group activities. So take note, this is the weakness of the student facing people. But because he is engaged in practicing of public speaking, eventually that student is also improving. So Kim 2023 notes that such transformations reflect the positive impact of targeted personality development programs. Again, the key here is targeted personality development program. We can start with research, needs analysis. If students have difficulty or they have low or poor self-esteem, what are we going to do? So that entails planning, designing program, and of course, the proper implementation of those program that will meet specific needs of the learner. So we have to look into our learners because that's our role as educators, knowing that if indeed certain programs, certain activities are prepared, aligning needs of learners to boost their morale, to boost their confidence. So we really have this important role as educator. So allow me to continue. Personality development is an integral part of tertiary education, preparing students for personal and professional challenges. By fostering self-awareness, interpersonal skills, and resilience, we empower learners to thrive. As Taylor 2024 states, investing in personality development is also investing in future success. Let's also have the successful personality development program as reported by Williams 2024. One noteworthy example is the leadership communication enhancement program in a certain university. Through workshops and interactive sessions, students reported increased self confidence and improved group dynamics. Williams also highlighted that structured personality development initiatives can yield significant positive outcomes. Now let's have here the best practices for educators as reported by Dawson. Educators can actually support personality development by integrating into the curriculum and offering mentorship. So educators are there to mentor learners, encouraging students to reflect on their experiences, also foster self-awareness. Dawson suggests that these strategies create a supportive environment for students' holistic growth. Now, let's have more of testimonials among them. Here, from one students or some students, they actually have experienced positive changes through personality development. In particular, Maria, a second year student, shares how joining in public speaking club boosted her confidence. John, another student, third year student, found that personality workshops made him more adaptable. So if we can provide activities, various activities, in school that will help develop students' personalities. So this will really be a big help for them. Now, as educators and mentors, we have the responsibility to encourage students to explore personality development opportunities by promoting programs that focus on soft skills and self improvement. We pave the way for their success both professionally and academically. Now, for final remarks, personality development, it's not a one-time process, but a continuous journey. By committing personal growth and supporting students in this endeavor, we shape a future generation ready to thrive in diverse environments. Let us work together to make personality development an integral part of tertiary education. So that ends my presentation. Thank you so
Wow.
much.
Yes, really, such a brilliant sharing, uh, Professor Ida. Really, as we know, self development is so crucial. It starts from the time the child is in the womb, right?
Mm,
The child is in the womb. It start developing. As it grows, it start developing. I forgot actually from uh, how many months, I forgot. It just as early as months, it start developing. As it start to develop physically, the child
mm,
also start developing
mm,
hearing. Yeah. Once the senses are being developed, they start learning. So
mm.
from even from the mother's womb. So development
Yeah.
started so early. You see, a lot of I see nowadays, Dr. Ida, when you talk to parents or you of course you can't talk to the young students. The young students, they don't understand why they need. Even worse, nowadays generation Gen X is X Y Z, and now Alpha and all that. They feel that self development is not so important for them. What do you think? Can you share, because you are teaching all the young adults, so you will know better.
I,
So can I remove
I
the
think,
slide?
yeah,
Yeah,
yes, please. I
yeah.
think because of the advent of technology, the interpersonal communication becomes a problem among our learners from kids to adults.
Okay.
Since it's part of their personality development. Remember that we also have to deal with people around us, with your family, with your loved ones. If you are going to be in the workplace, you deal with various personalities. So, because of the use of technology, if not regulated, or controlled by the person himself, by the parents, and even in the school setting, this certain area, the interpersonal relationship, will become a problem. So that's why it's very important that the school will have this initiative, like with the mention of extracurricular activities. There will be a lot of programs. There will be a lot of activities that is geared towards this. In fact, in the latter part of my presentation, that it should be embedded in the curriculum. Like
Ah,
you have, or we can actually integrate it in various lessons that we have to ensure that when they give activities, this is geared towards attaining of our lesson. At the same time, we are also helping learners improve their personalities. So
mhm.
that could be a downside. But if we are doing something, well, there are a lot of initiatives on the part of the academe, it would greatly help the learner. And I would also say that the role of families, respective families as well, has a greater role in helping their children develop their personalities. So it's
Mm.
actually a package. So the school and the
Yeah.
home should work hand in hand towards uh, the development of the child or the learners.
Yes, I really, I do agree with that, Dr. Ida, because both side, parents as well as academics, should also work together. But again, if you ask me, again, my personal view is that the molding of a child, the core,
Mhm.
the essence
Yeah.
of a child started from home, starts from
Mhm.
home, right? Because as you do something daily, or you
Mhm.
practice something daily for certain a period of time, it becomes your habit. So if a child, because when a child is very young, it absorbs whatever it receives, absorbs. Yeah. So if at the very tender age the parents guide the child, know how
Mhm.
to assist the child to develop, not only
Mhm.
physically, of course, that's normal. Of course, even for that you have to give the proper food, you know for the child to grow physically, develop well, yeah, to
Yeah.
be healthy. But at the same time, the parents should also know how to mold their character.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
all the time the child is being taught, it's okay to be untidy, it's okay to do that, it's okay to do this, doesn't matter. Then the child will go out of the house, step out of the house to school, and it will do the same thing, because the child is not used to being disciplined or taught something, self development. How should you carry yourself? What is good? What you should change? You see? So I think it's very, very important parents to know how to nurture their children from the very early age. So, like now, Professor Ida, you are teaching young adults. So, what are the common problems do you face? What are the common problems sometimes we face? You can't help it. Everywhere we have problem, especially with this young generation who feels that self development, they are okay, they know everything, they are better than their parents, better than their even
Mhm.
teachers. So they feel that they know more things because they are tech people. Just because they are tech
Yeah.
people, they think they know everything. So can you please share some for our audience, because you're the best person, you're a very experienced person, so we want to hear from
Um,
you.
I think because of there's a gap, right? There's a gap.
Yeah.
The way of expressing themselves is different with those already are like they older than them. Like for us, we are more strict, we are more conservative, and for the younger ones, they are more expressive. Sometimes we don't meet halfway. For them, it's okay, but for adults, it's interpreted the other way. So I think the the sensitivity, it calls for sensitivity on their part, and as well as for us adults, or let's say the older ones, we will also have to try to
Exactly.
communicate with them using their
Yeah.
own language. We have to meet halfway because we cannot
Yes.
really force them to act the way we act, right? Because we have a
Yes, we can't do
different
that.
generation.
Yeah,
So
they will just chuck
there
everything and walk off. Yeah, they
there
will
should
not be
be
able to
an
do it.
open communication between
Yeah,
like the young and the adult communicators. So it's very important to meet halfway. I would say that they have to also be sensitive, like if you are talking with your grandparent, when you answer or when you reply to your grandparent, would it be okay for him or
mhm.
not, or hurting, and we tend to adjust. But if the grandparent as well will communicate with the child, so we learn also, we have to understand the dynamics, the way they communicate, and so that we will not really misinterpret them. So
Yeah,
it's a matter of really meeting halfway. And nowadays, we will also say that there are some students that are that confident. No, they're confident. The confidence is high, possibly because of their background. How are they at home? Like if they are in the middle, or those in the higher class, they're more
mhm.
confident. Like since
Yeah,
almost everything is provided by the family. So when they
yeah,
are in school, they are confident. For those who are in the middle towards the low level class, since they They don't have much, right? They belong to, let's say, for the poor ones, they really are inferior. No, I would say that especially for those minority groups where they belong, and these groups may experience biases or discrimination from others, and so when they tend to mingle with others who think that they considered, they're better than us, their culture is better than us, but we are actually equal. You would say that no race or culture is better than the other. It's just that we are different from one another. It's just that we are different
Yes.
from one another. So we'll embrace diversity, right? We can work
Yes.
together
Yes.
despite the differences that we have.
Yes.
So that's very important that interpersonal communication should also be developed not just with the people of your kind, but also we can go extra mile in reaching
Yes.
out to others,
Everyone.
even from
Yes.
those with different cultures. So the more that we are also aware of other people's practices or culture, the more that we will better understand them. So we have this intercultural communication, more so with the advent of technology nowadays.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that really like as the adults, the older adults, they have no choice but to step down, to their level and try to understand in order to, because they are still young. Moreover, they don't get that much of education like we do during our time.
Mhm.
You see, the education we got is very, very different, you see.
Mhm.
And we were also different because we are willing to listen to older people, willing to listen to our parents. We don't think that we are smarter than them, very submissive compared to the children nowadays, because nowadays they become very independent with all the technology, with all the, because nowadays parents, they feel guilty that they are always out of the house, they don't spend much time with their children, so they feel that they cannot offend them. So it's there's always a nice way to say no, right? So parents should learn how to say no and be firm in certain things, and also tell these young adults or even the young children how important it is to respect others. You see, because
Yeah.
I heard from some of my friends, even I have come across, they come to work, they don't even know how to say good morning. Yeah,
Mhm.
like Gen Z. I was watching one documentary, it's world news, and then it was mentioned that they even changed the format of emails. We used to write dear Mr. So and so, starting our letter or whatever. Even emails until today, you know, we start that manner, good morning, so and so. But they start with hi to the client. They don't believe in following that. So we have to make them understand. I think as academics, as parents need to know. Like nowadays, parents are all educated. Majority are having good education. They are working.
Yeah.
They are in business. They are in working. So they should also educate their children. If they know, they should also talk to them. They say, look, this is how you address people. Etiquette is very important. But now
Mhm.
they just sideline all that. That
Mhm.
makes them a boring employee, because they are,
Mhm.
like you see, in an office. Maybe you are an IT person, okay, you don't mingle with people. But as a receptionist,
Mhm.
like when I was working for a Singaporean company, the phone should not ring more than 3 times. I'm not a receptionist, you know, I'm doing quite a high position there, and I have my work to do. But no, the company policy is, if the phone rings not more than 3 times, you should pick up, and whoever you are, we have a very beautiful counter, reception counter. We have a
Mhm.
full-time receptionist, yet every one of us got to answer the calls. The phone should not
Mhm.
ring more than 3 times. You see, if happens your director calls, and and when you pick up, you need to greet in full.
Yeah.
quite long, So do you think that nowadays generation think that this is important? They need to do? No, they think, oh, why we have to do that? Majority will say, why we have to do that? They don't understand this is so important, crucial in a business. Employers, we are representative of employers, so we
Yeah.
need to keep up all these good virtues, uh,
Yeah.
because we are the image of a company wherever we work. So self development is so
Yeah.
crucial in everyone, not only for those who are working, even for those who are in business. So I think our topic today will shine light to
Mm.
many of our listeners, like what you shared about self development, the case studies, and all. I'm very sure um, it really shine lights, light their bulb up about the cases, what is happening. So self development, I always stress that self development should be included in the school syllabus. First, teach them why self development is important. They don't know what is self development, you see. So under the self development comes all the EQ, IQ, everything, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so they will understand. So if we don't teach them, they don't understand, then of course they won't practice it. So I think self
Yeah.
development should be, uh, you know, in our school syllabus. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that when
Character formation really is very important. Like
yes,
if in
yes,
case there's a problem at home, we also have a role as educators to always emphasize values that
mm,
an individual should have, that he can use not just personally but even when he is going to work in the future. As you mentioned,
yeah,
like if you are a receptionist, it's very important that you will not be good in your communication skills, but you need to have
yes,
that right character to face
character.
people, client, right? It should naturally flow as you communicate with anyone that you will be dealing with without
Yeah,
really having prejudice, no, whoever that you're going to deal with. So if you are taught of such and that's inculcated in you, you have that's embedded in your values already. So it's not it's not that easy, to be taken right away, because that there is already um that character that you have already formed.
mm-hmm.
So that's always our highlight. It's not that um we don't really appreciate the competency. It's there. That's the
Yeah,
basic, but that should go hand in hand with values formation. Like you have
yes,
this skill, you have this knowledge, but you have to use what you have for good, for the
yes,
common good, not for the benefit of all, not to do the other way around, right? Because it's where we do appreciate our work, our profession. It
mm-hmm.
cannot be replaced by money or so much of income, but
Yeah,
it's part in you. If you really have developed certain personalities, or that good personality, a lot of opportunities would come your way,
exactly,
since you will
exactly.
really be, what is this, recommended by your classmates, your friends, that there will be opportunities. It's a matter of character reference,
Yes,
aside from the qualification that we have, the competence that we have.
yeah,
Character is always given that importance.
yeah.
So that's why it should not be neglected. It should not be neglected.
Yeah, it should not be. It's not. It's even more important than your certificate. Otherwise, the certificate, the
Yeah, yeah,
scrolls you have, all that is just a piece of paper. Because
yeah,
you
yeah.
you will find yourself you don't fit into the organization. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like as I think I mentioned once, I even come across professor doctors. They don't understand what is organization. How does the organization works? They only know what they have studied. They are scholars, but they don't know how does the organization works. I think it's so important under self development. We need to
Yeah.
teach our, can say, graduates or like a high
Mhm.
school leavers. They are going to leave after their final years. We have to teach them How would
Yeah.
you carry yourself when you go out to
Yeah.
work? So what is an
Yes.
organization? You see, otherwise they'll be like job hopping. They don't have
Yeah, I
patience.
agree.
Yeah, they'll be hopping. That is one of the reason, not only because of the salary. Yeah,
Yeah.
salary, of course, the main reason, working environment, and they find that they can't fit into their team. They can't agree with their superior, you
Yeah.
see. But if you ask, say, my personal experience, if you ask me my personal experience, I'm so happy to share this because I don't know where we don't learn about self-development, our time. See, never learned about self-development. Nobody teaches about that. But sometimes what our parents teach, the good values, we carry when we go out. When you go to, you're
Yeah.
obedient to your parents. When you go out to work, you automatically become obedient. You will try to fit into the team. You will
Yeah.
respect people. Yeah, that's why I say the self development starts from home and it's so important. If you have a good parents, well behaved parents, the children most of the time well behaved, you know,
Yeah.
when they go out and they gain the favor. Like when I was working, I'm always my big boss's pet, you know, always. Yeah. So much so some of my colleagues will ask me, how come, the director comes and sit with you and chit chat with you? She doesn't. Everybody's birthday, the manager will carry the birthday cake to the table. But my birthday, my director will carry the cake to my table. You see, so it makes a lot of difference. Why?
Yeah.
Because people are emotional being, even our bosses. So our young people got to know that you want to work in an environment, happy environment, you got to be somebody who can make others happy. You
Mhm.
see, you dress well. Like nowadays, Gen Z, they don't care about their dressing. I'm not only saying particularly Gen Z, even even others. They don't find it is important. They want to go to work in jeans, torn jeans, sneakers. You know, even girls are doing that, wearing the casual dressing. So you've got to give importance. If you don't know how to carry yourself, next time when you start working or going, especially say after some years, you decide to do your business, you start to do on your own. I'm very sure nowadays young people, they want to be their own boss because they don't like to be controlled. They don't like to be told what to do. Yeah, they know everything. So if you think that you want to be independent, you know everything, then you should know how to carry yourself. When you start your business, you cannot be dress shabbily, just whatever you like. You got to dress, you got to speak
Mhm.
in a right manner, you got to carry yourself well, you got to dress yourself, dress well. You see, so all this is so important. Self development is not your paper alone, your scrolls. You can have tons of scrolls, but of certificates, but you will not fit in. So you find
Mhm.
job hopping, and you will end nowhere. You see, so everything starts from workplace, home,
Mhm.
workplace. Then you can be independent. Then you will know how to deal with your clients. If you can't even, what I share with the young people, if you can't even respect your boss, how are you going to if you can't respect your parents or elders at home, you will not know how to respect your teachers, you know and later you will not go out to work, you don't know how to respect your bosses or superior. And when you start your business, you don't know how to interact with your clients.
Mhm.
Clients give you money, give you business.
Yeah.
So if you don't know how to carry yourself, you become the greatest loser. So that's why I think parents and teachers should also help in,
Mhm.
the youngsters, the young adults, to prepare them for working life and teach them why self development is important. I think it's very crucial. If you know how to communicate, if you are very pleasant with the people you communicate, half you won the war. Half the war is won, right? Victory
Yes.
is on your side. Yeah. So whatever you talk, the other person, because we are emotional being, people remember how you make them feel. If you make them happy, like even say a simple thing like making up, for
Mm.
ladies. Why it's so, like guys nowadays we see a lot, like Malaysians, I see many of them, like to keep beard and all, look so untidy. You should know how to keep it neatly. You can keep beard, nobody's going to stop you, but keep it neatly, dress neatly, so that others look at you, they feel happy, they feel that they want to talk to you, they want to spend the time with you. Same for girls. A simple makeup will do. You don't have to overdo yourself. Simple makeup, dress well, clean, use your body spray or perfume. Wherever when you step out of the house, you make sure that all this is taken care. you know so we self development is so important, you see. So I'm very sure our audience have gained much from our sharing today. Dr. Ida, thank you for your precious time. And definitely, we are looking forward to have another great session with you, Dr. Ida. Thank you so much. And yeah,
Thank you
thank you
so
for
much
coming.
also.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And dear audience, thank you for your precious time. Thank you for your precious support. And we always have our good supporters supporting her, our sessions. And I'm very sure you have gained much. Thank you. And we'll meet again with another awesome, brilliant professional masterclass trainer next week. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. Pleasure to
Yeah,
be
and thank you for,
here, joining
yes, and thank
you.
you for all the good, nice comments. Yeah, there's quite a number of them, Dr. Ida. You have very good audience today. Your topic is great. See you then. Bye. Bye,
See
everyone.
you.